This is the Financial Freedom Pod. I'm Bruce Whitfield. He is Warren Ingram. We're talking FOMO investments, the sort of investments that everybody else seems to be doing and doing well out of. They're driving the nice cars. They're living in the nice house. They're doing all sorts of things, going on great holidays. These are the FOMO investments, Warren.
We've been on this podcast series for a bit now, and we've been talking about kind of getting to freedom, and unfortunately, the way to get to freedom is not via hope. And I think understanding that FOMO investments generally break into two categories. They're either high quality regulated investments that have become incredibly expensive. So we've seen it a few times in the past decades where tech businesses of one description or another start to take off, and they attract an enormous amount of attention, and everybody tells you about how much money they've made because they bought XYZ share. They bought their Apple shares, or they bought their 10-cent shares, or whatever it is, and they're geniuses. And so what happens is we sit there feeling silly, so we go and buy those investments after everyone else has bought them, and surprise, surprise, they fall over. The other category of FOMO investments that I'm really worried about, and those are the newfangled things, whether it's cryptos or chips of gold. I mean, there's just so many of them that attract attention because people say the system is broken. We shouldn't be following big institutions. The world is rigged against us. Let's go and find something that's unregulated, hidden away. And if you buy it, you're going to be a billionaire, and you're going to do it without listening to anybody else and in control of your life. Those are the things that tend to fall over and end in kind of real tears and permanent losses of capital.
Please tell me why these are bad for your financial health.
The reason is that we only tend to hear about these long after their prices have risen a lot. So the insiders who start on in the early days, whatever it is, this is not a new phenomenon, based on blockchain. This goes right back to the kind of 1600s, I would think, around the tulip mania or whatever it was at the time, when there is something out there that attracts a lot of attention, builds up, kind of as a snowball going down the hill. And by the time everyone knows about it, and everyone being you and me and everyone else that we know, our hairdressers and the like, that thing has probably reached its terminal velocity. It's just going as fast as it can, and the next thing it's going to do is hit a wall. And most of the time, when you look at these all around the world over centuries, they kind of hit the wall just before they've attracted the most amount of money from people who don't really know what's going on. They're just buying it because everyone else is doing it. And those people, when they make that investment decision, they tend to lose all the money that they've put into that, whatever that thing is. Use Bitcoin as the example. The people that have made money out of Bitcoin were in it for a long period of time. They probably still haven't sold. We look at a graph and we go, look at that share price. But actually, very few people have put money in when it was $1 and sold it when it was $60,000. We just know the graph has gone up, and we think, if only I could have done that. The truth is, not many people did that. And so worrying about, investing in something like that is like driving your car forward at 100 miles an hour, but only looking in the rearview mirror.
Warren, what is the one step we can take to stop ourselves from falling prey to FOMO?
We want you to go to brucewhitfield.com and read an article about FOMO investing and trying to understand what's a kind of predictable, legitimate investment that's going to give you a high degree of certainty around your money and the growth that you're going to get on that, and what's the thing that's going to drive your money into a wall. We're going to help you distinguish between the two.